Welcome, gents. We are going to do a trade recap. Haven't done one of these in a while. We're going to go over two trades, both on AUDUSD, both on my fully mechanical model. Okay, so one was a win, one was a loss, and we're going to go through both of those. I don't know why my trade seller is not loading, but we will leave that be. First of all, let's go over the trade that was 20th of May. These two trades were the last two trades on my mechanical model, so the most recent two positions I've taken on AUDUSD trading my mechanical model. So, first of all, what do? Let's go back to 8 a.m. because I'm starting to trade at 8 a.m. London session, as you know. Start onto the 4-hour time frame, which is where I'm always starting my pre-market routine for finding my bias. My break of structure that I'm looking for is right here. So, for my bias, I just use a simple 4-hour candle closure, which is right here. Most recent break of structures to the downside, and that means I'm bearish on the 5-minute time frame. So let's just put a red on here. So bearish on the 5-minute time frame. So when I'm looking for sells, I'm looking for Asian session high to get taken. So marking out the highest point in Asian session. If you can see already, I don't use those session indicators. They always mess up for me. So I just use the vertical line tool, midnight, 8 a.m. and then 1 p.m. Marked out Asia high. Wait for that to get taken. Not doing anything unless it does. As you can see, it got taken right there, but let's crank it back a little bit. Once it got taken, so let's circle that so we can see each step, and we'll put them in a different color. So sweep there. Then after the sweep, and we'll go back one more candle. After the sweep, I'm waiting for the first bearish candle to form in the direction of my bias, which we had right here, because we had a bearish candle form. Bias, bearish candle, direction of bias. Once that's formed, we then get our fib tool on the range, previous plus current session range right here. Boom, and then obviously I took the fake out, which came right here. See, fake out right there. BOS happened a bit later. So let's delete this fib tool because we already faked out. BOS happened way later, which is right there. And then fib tool for the entry. Highest point in current session to the lowest point made after the BOS. Entry 618, tapped in immediately. 1 to 3. Let's play this out. Stopped out. Okay, so this was the losing position that I took on the 20th of May. Which is not ideal, but gotta lose trades to win them, you know what I'm saying? Now let's go to the next position, which I've already done the session times 4, which was over there. So this was a buy, not a sell. So by the time we got to the 26th of May, which is when this next position was, our bias switched on the 4-hour time frame, and I'll show you what that looks like as well. So going into London Open here, let's delete all the tools and search. Starting on the 4-hour once again. There was no news here as well. I would have already marked it out, but I'm checking Forex Factory and my FX book for news, and there wasn't any. Most recent BOS this time was to the upside right here. Break of structure to the upside, candle closure above a significant high, which is a fractal high. If we are bullish, what do? Mark out session times first of all. Then I'm in London session, so I'm marking out Asian low. Then waiting for that to get swept, sitting on my hands unless it doesn't. Boom. What did we wait for in the previous position? A candle to close in the direction of bias. What happened here? Candle closure in the direction of bias. Fake out, previous plus current session range. Tap the fake out right there. Boom. Break of structure to the upside. My classic TMB entry model. If you go back to my older trade recaps, you'll see not much has changed about my trading, but the back-end system. And the back-end system, fucking hell, that has changed. I'll tell you that for free, mate. So much more money has been made because of that, but that is besides the point. Anyway, boom. And as you can see, nice little tap and fucking barrel, matey. 2.5 R because I did try to trail and then I got sucked back in for a 2.5 R instead of a 3. Still a win regardless, which we will definitely take. Okay, this was on around 600k of funding, to be honest, just because it was Mech London and that was what was aligned for me. Okay, so this is the trade recap. What I do want to say, I do just want to shout out a couple of the guys in the team who have been smashing it recently. Even though it's pendulum swing to loss streak and win streak, you're always going to get different winning periods throughout the year of trading. But even though that is happening, and that does happen, still got EJP ripping a 2.7k payout with Trader Scale, which is pretty nice. Hobbs getting a few account passes. Nowhere near as many certs a month ago when we were at peak winning, but people are still getting it done. Like, what I want to show is the contrast between the pendulum swing of winning and losing periods. So look at this, where it's way more quiet, obviously only like 1 or 2 payouts here. If we go to just a couple weeks before, you've got so many, and this is just trading. So open your eyes to trading. Pendulum swing of wins and losses, same with winning and losing periods, especially with prop firms where you need the timing to align like the stars aligning. This is why I always recommend starting a live account. This is something that I'm pushing big in the VIP community at the moment, is with all these payouts that we have gotten this year, put that into a live, because live capital is always going to make more money on the long run, but funded can give you incredible ROI if you get good timing. So I wanted to end that video off with that note. If you haven't already, start a fucking live account today. Don't care if it's £100 or £1,000, start it, get involved, because you don't know, on the year, you could be up risk to reward, but you could not have made money if you had bad timing with prop firms, or if you got banned, or if rules were broken by mistake. All of that progress is gone and you would have traded for free. All right, so just a short one from me today. You know where to find me. I'm in the free Discord. It'll be pinned in the comments below. Be to you boys later. Peace, love, and unity. I'll see you boys on Free Fridays, 8 a.m. UK time, free live trading inside the Discord. I'll show you just a screenshot of the live schedule before we leave. As you know, this is the schedule. See you in Free Fridays, London session and New York. Peace out, everyone.